Hello, hi. So I was looking at a lot of these Meltology videos. I did look into this about 4 years ago. I first heard Joachim, and since then, of course, he's moved to the US and blah blah blah. But anyway, he has a great video that is just like a beginner's lesson on Meltology. Now, this woman has opened an account. This is on YouTube, and she calls herself Brick Truth. Okay, so I don't have the ability, the finances and whatever, to be able to download videos, cut them, and do all this. So this is kind of a funky video, but I just wanted to bring out how serious this might be, actually. She has this video, and of course, I'm dealing with a very old computer, blah, blah, blah. But she has this video where she has found electrical components.
Okay, nobody brought this on good. It's absolutely massive. Nobody brought this here.
Okay, and I'm going to pause this. This is called Melted Shoreline. It was put up a year ago in March, so it'd be 2024. Now, we are at 10 minutes. It's a 15-minute video. We're at 10 minutes and 2 seconds. So this is where she's beginning to get into components, electrical wiring, and plastic that is found melted into this destruction of a mass amount of stuff that's all along the shoreline. So I'm wondering if it was dumped on the shoreline or if it was done at the shoreline. So these are some really serious questions that we need to be asking, because to me, there's no way this amount of destruction could happen with an H-bomb. There's no way this amount of destruction could have happened with these electrical components in it if it weren't very recent in history. We're not talking ancient melt here. We're talking very recent history. So we kind of need to adjust what we're looking at and how we're thinking about these things. Because a nuclear bomb, a very small nuclear bomb, could be detonated on a city, and it can cause this type of destruction to bring about this melting of everything, because the heat, fusion is extremely hot, and it would cause this type of destruction. And there's no way that if this were some very old Meltology from hundreds of years ago, because these electrical components were not in existence then. And I can look at my house and find the exact same twist ties on the ends of my electrical in my house, and this electrical was done as early as the 50s, or as late, I should say, as 1950, and it was upgraded in the 70s. So we're talking some real serious things that have happened somewhere. Now, I don't know if all this was dumped up there or if it happened there at the site. But I would assume it happened at that site. And it would sure be interesting to find out what in the hell is going on. Like I say, look at this video. The sound is really bad. One, because I'm just taping this by holding a camera in front of my screen, but I'll get to it.
Is here, okay? Okay, there's more bricks and pieces of building material than I don't even know where to begin. It's everywhere. It's just infused. It's a blended melted piece of building material. Okay, hunks of metal up here, sticking out, brick everywhere, okay, metal everywhere, brick. Okay? Here's one of the oddities. Look at this. This feels like, and it's in here, it feels like a plastic tie almost. Okay? Like almost like a zip tie. Like that sort of feeling of it. Okay? So what is that infused in this blob of building material? Okay? That's the first thing. Okay? The second thing, I'm going to get my rear end for this, is, where did it go? Here. Look.
This exact electrical tie end. I forget what they call them. But, yeah, this is to twist two wires together. This is infused into this Meltology. This was not in existence very long ago when we're talking history. So we're not talking a Meltology that happened long ago. We're talking quite recent. These buildings, all this construction was obliterated. Now, nuclear weapons, I think, is what we need to be looking at, and I think it's wise that people that are going to these types of places that are finding electrical components literally melted into the rock. If you can get one of these cheap, and of course I'm not one to talk because I can't afford it, but like these little Geiger counters that you can buy, and see if there's any radiation oozing out of this stuff. Because this brings up real serious questions as to what governments have been doing. This is in Canada, of course. She's on the shoreline somewhere in southern Ontario. So I would assume it's at, the Great Lakes somewhere. I don't know exactly.
Put this on the end of wires, okay, like little insulators, or you twist wires
That's
together.
what it's called.
And pot them on the end.
That's what it's called, an insulator, right?
Okay.
I mean, look, where I'm at, they have old knob and tube from places that were built in southern Oregon. My house doesn't have knob and tube, but I've seen knob and tube where there's ceramic little pieces, and I've actually got a bunch of them.
Into this massive melt. Okay, 3, this piece of plastic. Totally, where's my fingers? Sorry. Fused into there, okay? Like it's in the cracks. Okay? This can't move, it can't budge. Okay? Circuitry. Okay, metal. And there's one other thing over here. Serve it the wind. Come on. Right here.
Jeez. Incredible.
Oh, my knees don't. I bend like big time my knees do. Okay. So, this is totally infused in here. Okay?
That's one heck of a wire.
Plastic ever coating on it. Okay? Some sort of...
So anyway, this is what I think you need to do if you're out there in areas where you are going to be witnessing this kind of a melt, and having newer in history electrical components, plastics. There's just no way that kind of destruction could have happened, and leaving these bricks and the melting so absolutely insanely messed up. This would take literally a nuclear bomb because of the fusion, because of the melting, because of what it's doing, transforming the actual materials. And I think that's the most important thing to look at, is how the materials are being transformed, because things are actually melted in and just totally devastated, which you all know because you've been out there. And I do actually remember seeing this type of stuff when I was a kid in the Bay Area of Oakland, California, Alameda, and San Francisco. And always wondering, gee, what was this, but nobody ever talked about it. So now it's time to talk and start asking questions, because that's some pretty serious stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.